Yes, sirski. How we doing? How we doing, my people? Hey, hold up. Before we get started, I just gotta give it up to all the apes out there. We're having a massive green day right now on AMC, and what do you know? We're having a massive green day on all these highly shorted stocks. Okay, and so I believe that it has something to do with these rules that I've been going over. Right, the shorts I think are getting a little bit scared. Right, they're starting to sweat a little bit because there's some massive changes coming. I know that it was a lot of details in those files, and I was trying to explain it as best as I could, but if you want to go to the website itself, right, the Federal Register, and read it yourself, the information is there, guys. Okay, and right now AMC is at 1637 and it's closing into strength. Right, got about 15 minutes left, 14 minutes left until the market closes. Okay, but just what a coincidence, right? We got, buildings burning down to the ground. You got rule changes. You got the DOJ announcing that they're launching, an investigation, and they have been investigating. All right, guys. So that's what we have to keep our eyes and our ears open, right? And not just focus on the chart. Even though today's chart, it looks really good. Okay, just to be honest. Cool. So let's jump into the information, guys. As always, thanks to all the subscribers and thanks for coming back. All right, let's do this. Gotta switch this up. Go back here. All right, this is what I want to point out, right? So a lot of these highly shorted stocks, ISIG up, CFVI up, OCUP up. These are all highly shorted stocks, guys, right? And it's funny that now they're going up, that that they're doing these rule changes. BBBY, Prague, okay, having a big day, 12%. Fun up 10%, right? You see all these. So I just wanted to point that out, right? Clove up 5%. It's really, really interesting to me that those are the ones that are up today, okay? And yeah, so a couple of good things that came out with AMC, guys. Some good news as it closes into strength here. It looks like they bought 2 more major theaters, all right? They used to be ArcLight locations in the DC and the San Diego areas, okay? So this is what Adam Aaron said today. AMC continues to play offense and aggressively seek out opportunities to strengthen our company through strategic acquisitions. We look forward to bringing the AMC experience to even more guests in and around San Diego and Washington, D.C. and these previously high traffic, well-known theaters. With this announcement, this brings the number up from 6 former ArcLight Pacific theaters that are being added to the AMC orbit. Our most recent acquisitions of AMC, the Grove 14 and AMC Americana at Brand 18 are already showing their success as these locations routinely finish up in the top 10 theaters in box office performance among more than 150 theaters in the LA market and in the top 30 in the whole United States. All right. So, like you said, they're playing offense, guys. So the whole thing about shorting this thing to zero, it makes absolutely no sense because how do you short a company that's buying and growing? Okay. To me, that's a sign of strength, right? They have starting to get cash. They're figuring out their debt, guys, like as a fundamental play. But I know that the apes are in this for the short squeeze, of course. But it's funny what's going on besides the short squeeze because look at this. He's saying himself, we're playing offense, right? That means they're not scared of of growing and of taking on opportunities, right? The other good news is they're giving away NFTs, and this could be adding to the possible run today, right? Nobody knows, but I don't think it's shorts closing at all because it's only like an 8 to 10% move. So to me, that's not shorts closing, but it's just a lot of buying pressure came in, right? Maybe small amount of shares recovered, but I don't think so. And so they're giving away NFTs for the Batman theatrical launch. Here's how you can get one. So launching another collection of non-fungible tokens to coincide with one of the most anticipated movies of 2022, AMC announced consumers who purchase or receive a reserve a ticket for the Batman at AMC locations by February 14th and see the movie by March 6th will receive a free Batman NFT. The NFT partnership comes between AMC and Warner Bros. Tickets have been purchased or reserved on AMC Theater on their website, right? So, or on the mobile app for the company. Tickets will be scanned inside AMC theaters to qualify. Because of the success that they had with the Spider-Man one, so they're doing it again, right? But what is interesting to me is that last time they released 86,000, I think, right here. So this time they did not list a limit on the number of NFTs, right? So the previous one had 86,000, which is interesting. 86, means something like if you're out of something, if you're 86. The previous AMC shareholder NFT was sent over to 425,000 people. All right. So the other thing is, like I said, guys, these are hitting the Federal Register, right? These changes, and the documents are very detailed, right? I mean, it is government documents, so a lot to read there. But like I said, I made a couple of videos if you want to go check them out. The other thing is I want to point out, right? The Department of Justice is probing short sellers for trading abuses, right? Not new news, but this is from today. But just the key takeaway is the Department of Justice is investigating short sellers and research firms for evidence of trading abuses. The investigation goal is to uncover alliances and relationships between various partners involved in the short sale. Short sellers were famously squeezed by retail investors last year, and the latest investigation might have implications for the way that such trades were conducted. All right, so I keep telling you guys, like, this is why we have to just keep buying and holding, right? That is the way, because the government is stepping in now, right? And they know they caught on to what's going on, and now they're actually investigating on it, right? Who profit from these short sales and research firms, whose reports trigger the downward price movement in a stock. In December report on the same topic, Bloomberg stated the Justice Department was hunting for clues in trading that money managers sought to engineer startling price drops or engaging in insider trading. The investigation began last year and is being led by the federal prosecutors, the Justice Department of the LA office. All right. So startling price. Remember when AMC in November it started to take that dive? There was a couple days where that line was just going straight down for absolutely like no reason. All the apes were like, "We're not selling. We're not selling. We're not selling. What's going on?" Right? It was malicious short attacks, I think, in my opinion. Right? Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Remember that. And this news comes right because they have suffered heavy losses at the hands of retail investors because of the meme stock frenzy that took place. All right. And why are they being investigated? It's because short sellers are polarizing figures on Wall Street. In a fashion, they are meant to be the truth tellers, who profit by exposing company frauds and malpractices. But their tactics can cause market imbalances and magnify the effect of crashes. For example, short sellers are widely blamed for exacerbating the effects of the 2008 market crash. Okay, so that's why a lot of people compare it to that, right? Because they're just doing other things right now that are affecting, certain stocks, in my opinion, right? Again, 1638, we got about 7 minutes and we're up 9.79% on AMC today. So definitely some boom boom candles, right, to get you excited. And then, okay, let's move over to the chart here, okay? This is AMC, right? Real quick, let me close this. Couple things I just want to point out, right? This is a 5-minute chart. We got a cross of the EMAs here, right? So when this cross and this came up, that showed a bullish signal, all right? And we've been riding it all day on top of it, so that's definitely showing strength, okay? That's what you want to see for a reversal. MACD, again, the same. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out to the daily, right? This is where we have to keep our eye on. Okay, a lot of things going on here. We've been under the daily EMAs, right? And now this is the first time in a while, right, that we've come back again. So since here, we need to test it again. If we can break through this, right, we can break through this. That's going to be the sign of the reversal, right, that's beginning. What I do like is this downtrend that we've been in, guys. This is what I pointed out yesterday, that I wanted to see a rebound, and it looks like it did, right? We have one. Well, now we would need to see a few more green candles on the daily in order to show the true reversal, okay? Because this could also still break down, of course, but it did find support here, and that's why it bounced off, and we have a big green day, okay? And we have a couple of news things that could possibly be helping it, right? When we found this, we already touched this twice. Now it's trying to break above it to start that reversal. The other thing is, guys, the RSI, right? So down here, the RSI. I pointed this out. I hope it has something to do, but look how crazy this is. So when you have this downtrend come down pretty hard, after it went up, it touched once, it rebounded, and then we ripped, right? So after this downtrend here, it went down, it rebounded, and now I want to see that crazy rip action, right? But we need to see volume. Volume will tell everything with this specific play, I believe. So once we get that push above the EMAs, that rip could start, right? This was the January one. This was the June one. This is where we're at right now. All right, so if we start to see that, we know what it is. We know what time it is, right? And that's why we're here. Shout out to all the apes that are still here, holding strong, okay? We're just gonna look at the SPY real quick. It's went up to this trading channel now. After this breakdown, right? Bounced, filled this gap that was back here, broke through this channel, got rejected. Now it's coming back. Now it's closing into strength again. So if we start to see that rip, then it's gonna start to make its way back up to this area, right? To the previous levels that it was at, and it's gonna go test to see if it has any support there, or well, resistance first, and then see if it can change it to support. Okay, we're gonna go over the options chain here. 1638. We got about 4 minutes until close. Definitely a good thing today. All of these went in the money today, so that's a good amount, because below that we didn't really have much, and these are the calls. Now look at the heavy volume here at 20, right? Open interest 15,000. That's what I'm keeping my eye on. There's going to be a lot of resistance at 18 and at 20, all right? But if we can continue this bull run, start the reversal, guys, you know, the ape run, that's when we'll see some pressure come in, all right? There's even some at 25, but not a whole bunch, not like some other weeks that we've seen, okay? Still at a 1636 right now. So that's all I want to point out on there. How about the puts? The puts, let's see, 1650. That's why you see this resistance at 17, because there's a bunch of them there. 18, there's 11,000, and at 19, there is 9,000. Now, what I do want to point out is that after that, there's like nothing. Okay, so that could potentially, if we get to those levels, we'll be able to run a lot easier, because there's not a lot of selling pressure, right, from the put side that would be holding it down. Max pain this week is 17, so that's why we're seeing this big resistance right now, right, at 17. And let's see if we can, what's today? Yeah, this is refreshed. This is the shorting volume, right? So 64%, 63%, 60%. They always short more than half of the total volume, right, to suppress the price action. Okay, another thing I need to point out here is that there appears to be a record amount of shares on loan in one day yesterday since June 14th of 2021. Look how crazy high this is. This is the amount of shares that are being loaned out, okay, in one day. Now, they said, you know, from what I read, it could be a glitch, but this is telling, because look at how it spiked here too, right? And what have we all been saying? Like, the shorts need to cover here. It's already so low that if they're up in profits and they start to cover, the price is going to come back up, at least to these levels, right? To see if it can break out of the $40-50 range, and see if they're going to see where we're at then. Okay, but these rule changes is, I think, what is causing this as well, because I think they're playing kind of like hot potato with these shares, right? They don't want to get caught holding the bag when this thing squeezes, right? But who knows what's really going on? It's just, we'll have to see tomorrow if the data changes, or if it's true. And then Stonko tracker seems to have broken, right? It's not reporting the calls, saying it only has 1.2 million shares, and then this looks all crazy too, right? So 0, 0, 0. I don't know what the heck's going on there. All right, that's all I really got on AMC. I'm just gonna touch on Lucid here real quick. So we can see again that this is the daily chart, guys. What I first wanted to point out was this, okay? It's already made it to 60 once, right? Came back down. Made it to 60 twice, right? Came back down. So what do you think is going to happen later on? It's going to make it to 60 again. Not financial advice, but in my opinion, AMC's at 1643 right now, guys. Closing into strength. I like that. Okay, sorry, back to Lucid. What I was saying is that it's already made it a couple times up here, right? So in my opinion, guys, we will make it to 60 again, right? This is where we're right where the fun starts all the time. This is where it likes to trade, right? To have a massive rip, and then it breaks down and finds support here. So this is again finding support here again at the same price levels that we're at right now. After that nasty rip, the market crash, came back down. Okay, so that's why I'm saying, in my opinion, guys, this is the accumulation time. This is when I'm trying to pick these shares up for cheap, right? And that way, when it rips to 60, we're riding good, right? You know, personally, I want to get to like 100 shares, maybe 150 shares, right? I'm almost 250, you know, I'm almost there. So I'm going to keep, you know, doing that. just accumulating. But these are the cheap prices. All right. Now I'm just gonna go take a look at the options chain here, and let's refresh it. This is for this week, right? And there's not much volume, as you can see. All the other ones that are out of the money, that's where the volume's at 30. So we could possibly see a fight for 30, just going by the volume, the open interest that is there. Okay, but so we go down, it's not too much there. And then we go down, what's the highest strike though? 68 for this week is the highest on the options chain. Let's check this out. So puts, you do have, I believe, more puts right now, right? 2,000, 1,000, some over 4,000 there. And of course, they're going to want to see it go down to 25, right? The puts. I don't think it can get down to these levels. Right now, the market, you know, had a very green day overall today as far as like a lot of these highly shorted stocks. And right now, from, you know, what I've seen is that Lucid is becoming a highly shorted stock where I think it's like 18 to 20% of the flow is being shorted. Okay, let's just read over this Torque news real quick. Why is Lucid Motors so secretive in Lucid's marketing routes? It's because they're saying that they're taking more of a Lucid as like taking more of an Apple-like approach, keeping their day-to-day operations very secretive. Most, if not all, Lucid employees have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, which is pretty standard for a new company, as mentioned in the live stream by this workshop. Lucid Motors has tried to stop flyovers anywhere near the Lucid facility. What is Lucid trying to keep from the public as Lucid Motors enthusiasts? I hope it could be a new vehicle they are testing out, or Lucid simply just wants to keep their privacy. Yeah, there's people who fly drones over their production facility to kind of see how many cars they're producing, right? But I'm very bullish on this, guys. They have been opening up more locations, right, to like showrooms across the country. So when they start getting these people and start getting these orders to come in, right, and I'm gonna see when the earnings report is. It's gonna be on March 30th, all right? So we got a little over a month, I believe, but that's what everyone's gonna be keeping their eyes on now, right? You're gonna start to see articles like, oh, are they gonna miss? Are they gonna do well, right? But in my opinion, guys, from here on, it's just gonna be pretty good for Lucid. They already have their products. Now it's just about, you know, getting orders and getting people to buy them, and we'll see where they're at with that. But yeah, it talks about Elon Musk a little bit here, like always, right? They're comparing. So they're just, you know, one thing to keep an eye on is that, you know, they're not competing right here. Lucid is not trying to compete with Tesla on the production and manufacturing side, but with battery technology. Their technology with their battery is just amazing to me, right? The range, they can also sell the batteries to other car makers and so on. So that opens the door for revenue. If you want to go read this article, right, I will post a link down below. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on a couple things today and make sure we got the important information out there. And like I said, these new rule changes, guys, they have to do with the security swaps, and it's just, they're major changes, guys. Okay, so they used to go, let me change this up. You know, they used to go a month or so without having to report a lot of things, right? Or not very detailed. Now with these new details that they're going to be putting in there, it accounts for a lot of things, guys. They're putting, you know, accountability in onto who and when and how much, and they're going to keep track of this because now they have to worry about systemic risk, right? That's the whole risk of the market. And what have the apes been talking about, guys, over and over? That they have been maliciously shorting to the point where like they can't cover their positions, because when they do and when they have to, if they cover all of them, you know, they might go bankrupt, right? These big hedge funds, because they over leverage themselves. And just, you know, that's what we're here for, just to get a fair market. The transparency seems to be kicking in, and of course we need to now yell louder about the dark pools, okay? Because the dark pools seem to be a problem as well, right? Obviously they run almost everything through there. All right, so keep that focus, guys. Let's see if we can have another couple green days this week, and just hang in there, right? I think we're close to the squeeze, guys, in my opinion, right? As always. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Later.